All right, let's talk about Jared Goff. I do appreciate you guys for tapping in and subscribing to the channel, all that stuff, man. Keep subscribing, keep thumbsing up. I might do another video after this. I might go live in the morning, then do some Pistons Monday afternoon, or I may wait to Monday afternoon. I don't know how it's gonna break down, depending on how I feel. Okay, but there is $30.5 million or 30 plus one, let's say $31 million or 30 plus million. I feel comfortable labeling it. There's $30 million why you the plus $1 million why Jared Goff is still going to continue to be the Detroit Lions quarterback. So I mean, obviously, I'm just looking at the cap hit numbers because the money is structured the way it's structured. All right, you say it's base salary, but then he probably got a big signing bonus or whatever, or they took some of that cash and however they go. Detroit football contracts are different. Okay, and the players can't even they can't even fight for guaranteed or better contracts. I was put to me that they're not gonna have guaranteed contracts because how the insurance is put. But like I said, thumbs up the video, share the video, check out Detroit Lion Talk playlist, all my social media links there. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. You can take the post game reaction. You got a lot, so a lot of Pistons gonna be ramping up with them losing. But win, lose, or draw, I'm gonna do these videos, man. Obviously, it's better when the Detroit Lions win. People say, "Oh, you're being negative." I'm just calling it how I see it, and that's what y'all gotta understand, man. I told y'all that. While I don't really predict stuff, but I had a prediction that it really wasn't gonna be what people thought it was. But they got our hopes up with some how hard they play. Now I will say the difference between if Matt Patricia could have got his players to play that hard last year and kept Galloway healthy, he probably would have still be the Detroit Lions head coach, honestly. But obviously that didn't happen. And but let's get to Jared Goff. And honestly, there's $30+ million reasons why Jared Goff is the quarterback. Me and One Pride Nation was talking about this, and that's why Jared Goff won't continue to play. How can you tell ownership? Even if he's expelling Jared Goff for a game and he's not injured, he's a healthy scratch or a backup. I traded for this guy. Sure that this guy in return for trade was going to be able to at least be adequate and be able to game manage games. At this point, he's beyond. He's worse than a game manager. Okay, and that's just the honest truth. And how can you sit $30+ million on the bench, especially when you restructure this contract? Especially when you restructure this contract. I mean, how can you how can you sit that on the bench? You can't sit that on the bench. You telling Martha was at the game today, but you telling Sheila this, man, and I just don't think they care at this point. I think they look at it as. I think they look at it as it's flipping a profit. It's people got to understand this is they gave this team to Mr. Ford because they wanted him to stay out the Ford business room so they can make business moves. Most of the time, the CEO is just a figurehead. That's all he is. He's most time he's just a figurehead, and the people up under him, his board, and all the people that work up under him, they the ones that that make the moves up under him and stuff of that nature. And like I said, how can you tell her that? That's basically like saying we put, let's say we put $20,000 into a car and we start creating these cars, and we say, you know what, Martha, on the Ford line, man, we need to sit this car to the side for a minute. We gotta, it ain't working. We gotta do something. You see, what say? Well, I just spent $300 million on these cars, man. I'm trying to get me, I'm trying to get my profit on. What's she gonna do? She probably gonna fire that person, or at least punish them. So you're talking about they don't even understand business, and I don't even know if they understand business aspects of this, but they understand that type of thing. When they say, "Oh well, you traded for me," I want to know what the conversation was about. If Brad Holmes wanted to, could he have traded Matthew Stafford to Cincinnati and ended up with Justin Fields and Sewell or another or Devontae Adams or whoever it was, or Devontae, what's his name? They play for the Heisman guy, play for the Eagles. Devontae Smith. Could he have did that? Or did they tell him we on the trade Stafford somewhere nice? Excuse me. Could they say we want to trade Stafford somewhere nice? So I don't really know how much control they got. That's my thing. But Jared Goff not going nowhere. Especially with the cap situation. I don't know what they got a lot of compensatory. They projected to have a lot of compensatory picks next year. But you got to ask yourself. Do they want to get right back in the dead cap situation next year? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Can they win with Jared Goff? At this point, no. Not everybody. Now they can see it with their own two eyes. Now everybody can believe it. So you look at the contract, and after 2020, it's a potential out with only $10 million dead money. Are they gonna reach for a quarterback? Like I said before, man, I don't. A lot of times you look at a quarterback, you can't look at the wins and losses in college, and sometimes you can't look at them as a finished product, no matter what the age is. You have to look at some of these guys for what they can be. Okay, you gotta look at some of these guys. If I fix his mechanics, can I do this? If we do this, can you have to look at him as his raw? But if he's like raw, like not necessarily he's raw, but you say, okay, he has the brain or he has the accuracy to be a quarterback, or he has the arm, the accuracy, the brain, the athleticism to meet what we need. Let's see if he can retain the information. Let's see if we can mold him. Let's see if he's still willing to listen. Let's see some anonymous people around the program. So you can't look at a college player as finished, because that's how you miss out on good talent. Sometimes they might be at Kansas State and they may not be getting the coaching that they should be getting. So when you talk about looking at a quarterback of the future, you have to think about that. That's what they did with Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers wasn't Rodgers coming out of Cal. Remember, he held the ball high on the Tedford, whatever his name, offense. They gave him some years and they tweaked him. Okay, if he can do some things, really, really well, let's see if we can tweak him. That's all Baltimore did. You see why Lamar blew out the charge today, and they looking really, really good. They continue to fix his mechanics, and now he's going to eventually run less. Once they get their weapons back, he's gonna run less. He's gonna run significantly less. So you have to look at a prospect from that aspect. Can I deal with his height? Can I deal with his weight? Can I deal with his personality? Is he a good person? Can he retain? Can his retention rate of information is good? Can he learn at a high rate? Is he a people person? Is he sociable? Is he a leader? Can we believe in him? Those are some of the things you look at. Might necessarily be mechanics, footwork. Guess what? I could teach somebody footwork. I could teach people mechanics, their shoulder placement. I could teach people to read defenses. I have time because I have Jared Goff in one more year. So that's necessarily, we're not looking for the answer right now. We're looking for a guy that we can tweak him to be the answer. You see what I'm saying? So if we take the Willis kid, which I haven't seen much of him, a little bit, let's see if he checks some of those them intangible boxes, or some of them tangible boxes. Let's see if we get him on the field. We can tweak his mechanics to show him what we talking about. I'm not looking for a guy to come in next year to be the answer from the draft right away. I'm looking to do what Green Bay did with Aaron Rodgers. I'm looking to do at maximum what Seahawks did with Matt Flynn and Russell Wilson. If Russell Wilson or the kid, Matt Carroll, whatever his name is from Ole Miss, if they come in and they supplant Jared Goff, so be it. But they have to. It ain't that if it's close that we going with the rookie. No. If he has to supplant Jared Goff, they have to be equal or better. But there's 30 million plus reasons why that's not going to happen. Right now, you can't cut him. You can't rationalize him sitting the bench. And you can't trade him from how he's performing, at least not without an injury. So now, you say, well, what's the next step, CJ? Well, the next step is simply Cam Newton. That's the next step. Try to get him prepared just in case something happened. But realistically, the next step is you thug it out. You continue to see this. You eat the cap space next year. People say, well, Brad Holmes had bad contract. I'm not trying to hear that. He had an opportunity to trade Stafford as the organization had an opportunity to trade Stafford to for better assets, but it is what it is right now. But I'm not looking for the answer per se. Even they go number 1 overall, Trey Lance with number 2, he's not starting. Well, he's starting not because of injury, but he wasn't forced to start. I'm okay with this, but let's get somebody who got good, who checks most of those boxes. Let's give him some mechanics. Let's give him some time to refresh. Think about the year of college. He took whoever come in and be the quarterback, let's say from the draft, they took some punishment. Imagine a year we just working on footwork. If I have to hire another quarterback coach or get the assistant, get another coordinator just to work with this kid, I'm fine with it. To drill this in, if I got to take reps from Jared Goff next year, so be it. Jared Goff is already bust through his ceiling. And when he's ready, he'll play. And I'm also in a mind state of keep drafting quarterbacks so I get it right. I like what Washington did with RG3 and Kirk Cousins. I ain't care. If I like them, I'm taking both of them. I like, it's the most important position on the field, but there's $30 plus million while Jared Goff is still playing. Reasons why he's still playing. And I dig it. And I absolutely dig it. It is what it is. And we have to just take it on the chin. And if they don't win a football game, something got to change. And it's going to be pressure for the next quarterback. If he in the 7th round undrafted or the first pick overall, it's going to be pressure. But they have to do the right thing and do it the right way. That's the cheap thing about it. You draft the quarterback and throw him right there. Let him learn behind Goff. If he better than Goff to beat Goff out, I'm definitely fine with it. If they not equal or better, he need to just be learning. And down the stretch, if we out of playoff contention, which we predict we will, then that. But they got somebody here that they didn't have to take. To my knowledge, did the Rams say, well, you got to take Jared Goff if we trade for Stafford? They tried to sell us Brad Holmes, said, who's many suitors for Jared Goff? Who was suited for Jared Goff to take that money? Was it Cleveland? Was it Pittsburgh? I don't think so. Was it Baltimore? I don't think so. Was it Cincinnati? I don't think so. Was it the Indianapolis Colts? It could have been. Was it Jacksonville? No. Was it Houston? No. Was it the Tennessee Titans? No. Was it the Patriots? I don't think so. I say maybe. That's 2. Dolphins? I don't think so. I think they really believe into it. The Jets? I don't think so. And they end up with a good quarterback. The Bills? No. Chiefs? Raiders? No. Maybe the Broncos? There's 3 teams. The Raiders? I don't think so. You go to the division. I don't think Minnesota. I don't think Green Bay. I don't think Chicago was thinking about. Maybe Chicago, throw them in there before they drafted Fields. Look at Atlanta, Tampa. The Saints didn't have a cap room. And the Panthers. Maybe the Panthers one of those teams. That's 4. Then you look at the Cowboys, Eagles. Maybe the Eagles because of Jalen Hurts. They didn't really like them. Then you keep going. Maybe the Giants. Maybe 6. The football team. Maybe 7. But the Rams, Cardinals, where he came from, the Cardinals, 49ers, and Seahawks, I don't think so. Maybe you have 6 teams that was willing to take on Jared Goff. So it's not that far-fetched. But they should have traded him there. No, I don't want Jared Goff. Give me the picks and give me the picks. What Biggie said, give me the loot. Give me the loot. Give me the picks. Give me the picks. And we can be fine. But that's a fireable offense. I don't care how early he is in the transition. With you going 0-17 and this guy making this much money can't win us a game, that should be a fireable offense. But we talking about the same franchise who gave Martin Mayhew time to line promotion after going on 16 with with Matt Millen. And Martin Mayhew said, well, I tried to tell Matt Millen, he didn't listen, but Matt Millen said he's ready to draft DeMarcus Ware, and y'all all was in the war room. Y'all made him change his mind to Charles Rogers. I believe that man. I don't think he got no reason to lie. Especially, 10 plus 15 years after, So it's just to the point when you look at it, 30 million weird is why, he may be here next year. He may not. He have to start and Blog don't. They didn't go out there and sign a Cam Newton. They didn't go out there and get a Dwayne Haskins. They didn't go get a developmental quarterback in the draft. They was never thinking about drafting the quarterback. Same as the previous regime. With Matthew Stafford. And obviously now people looking at Mac Jones, people looking at Davis Mills. And I'm talking about any point in the draft. People looking at Justin Fields, and people even looking like with the capital you had, why you couldn't move up and try to make something with Trey Lance, try to make something with what's my boy name? I like him a lot. Forget the cat's name. The one that was the Jets. Was the Jets? Why you didn't move up and try to shake something with that? Brown Holmes not looking too good right now. And then you got a situation where Anazor can get in for one play versus Cincinnati. I'm gonna say that in the preview. He get in versus Cincinnati, and then guess what? He draw a penalty. He go right back to the bench for Michael Brockers and Nick Williams, which neither one of them are pass rushers. I don't care how injured he is. We need to win. And then they held Julian Ocore. They hit him for us. And he actually could play a little bit. But we regurgitating Jalen Reeves-Maybin, Alex Anzalone. Just some of the things don't make sense. But you want to know why Jared Goff ain't out his quarterback or expelled and let him get his mind right? 30 plus million reasons. 30 plus million reasons why. You got to ask yourself next year, if they cut him after this season, let's go back. If they cut him after the season, this season, well, the cap hit is still the cap hit is 31. Opposed to this year 10.6, but then the dead money is 41 and it's 30. So ask yourself, are we gonna take a 30 million plus cap hit next year after getting out of cap hell, or can we wait a year, draft somebody, and convince Martha or Sheila, excuse me, to let the guy behind him? Maybe they get Cam Newton, they trade for somebody, they trade for Garoppolo, whoever it may be, convince them that what, we're gonna play them behind Goff with the intention of getting him ready to start and cut Goff at the seat. Can they convince her? Maybe she's like, no, I'm paying this money for him. He better play. We don't know. Do they like Goff like they have Stafford? Stafford didn't have to face any adversity or any quarterback controversy. And when he did start to heat up, they traded Sean Hill. But hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. All my social media subscription. Twitter's the fastest way, then Facebook, then Instagram. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Let's go to donate. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, all notifications. Appreciate the love and support. One time for the one time. Peace.